Fun facts of the month. It's the end of February, and that means that there's a whole month of fun facts ready right here for you. Fun fact of the day. Fruit flies actively seek out rotting fruit because they enjoy its alcohol content, which can make them intoxicated and lead to lack of motor control in high quantities. Fun fact of the day. Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog who emerges to predict the end of winter during Groundhog Day celebrations in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, is by far the most famous weather-predicting groundhog. Officially, Punxsutawney Phil has been making predictions since 1886, despite groundhogs typically only living up to 6 years. Punxsutawney Phil is just a shortening of the groundhog's full name and title, which is Punxsutawney Phil, Seer of Seers, Sage of Sages, Prognosticator of Prognosticators, and Weather Prophet Extraordinary. Fun fact of the day. A 2014 study found that more attractive cyclists tend to perform better in the Tour de France. Fun fact of the day. After a Buzz Lightyear action figure spent 468 days on board the International Space Station, he was declared the longest-serving astronaut in space by NASA. Excluding Lightyear, cosmonaut Valery Polyakov holds the record for the longest single stay in space at 438 days. Fun fact of the day. In the 1820s and 30s, a man named Gregor McGregor sold government bonds and land from Poyuz, a Central American nation that he made up and claimed to be the ruler of. Fun fact of the day. Nearly 15% of humans have more than one spleen. Fun fact of the day. Tiffany & Co., the famous brand of luxury sterling silver and diamond jewelry, also makes the trophies for the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the World Series, the US Open, the PGA Tour, the MLS Cup, and the League of Legends World Championship. Fun fact of the day. The Japanese phrase koi no yokan refers to the sudden knowledge upon meeting someone that the two of you are destined to fall in love. Fun fact of the day. After discovering how to remove cocoa butter from their liquid drinking chocolate, the Cadbury Chocolate Company created the heart-shaped chocolate box and the variety of solid eating chocolates inside as a way to sell off their excess cocoa butter. Fun fact of the day. The skull of Saint Valentine is on display in the Basilica of Santa Maria in Cosmodene in Rome, wearing a crown of flowers. Fun fact of the day. In South Africa, it's customary for young women and girls to pin their partner or crush's name to their sleeve on Valentine's Day. Fun fact of the day. 8% of Americans say that Valentine's Day is their favorite day of the year. Another 8% say that Valentine's Day is their least favorite day of the year. Fun fact of the day. The Santuario de las Lajas is a Catholic basilica located inside of a canyon, the canyon of the Guaitara River in Colombia. The impractical location was the site of a miracle in the 18th century, which has led to a long history of pilgrimage. Since then, the site has grown from a small shrine made of wood and straw to a 100-meter-tall sanctuary connected to the other side of the canyon by a 50-meter-high bridge. Fun fact of the day. During the presidency of Theodore Roosevelt, toy companies struck gold with the teddy bear, a stuffed bear loosely inspired by a largely false story involving President Roosevelt and a bear. At the end of the Roosevelt presidency, the toy industry attempted to recapture the magic with a new toy inspired by Roosevelt's successor, William Howard Taft. What was it? At a banquet held in honor of the president-elect, Taft reportedly ordered a dish that included an 18-pound whole-cooked opossum. Inspired by this, toy companies introduced the Billy Possum, a stuffed opossum designed to replace the teddy bear. It did not catch on. Fun fact of the day. There are over 2,500 decommissioned New York City subway cars in the Atlantic Ocean. They were sunk between 2001 and 2008, and they serve as artificial reefs and habitats for marine life. Fun fact of the day. In 17th century Europe, it was believed that wounds could be healed by applying medicine to the weapon that caused the wound. Fun fact of the day. Legendary American chef Julia Child regularly served goldfish crackers at dinner parties. They were an appetizer every year at her Thanksgiving dinner. Fun fact of the day. When King George VI and Queen Elizabeth of the United Kingdom visited the United States in 1939, they were served synthetic London water, designed to replicate the taste of British water, with their tea. Fun fact of the day. A chimpanzee named J. Fred Muggs served as a host for NBC's Today Show from 1953 to 1957. Fun fact of the day. The ruined city at Nan Madol on the Micronesian island of Pohnpei once served as the capital of the Sotalor dynasty. The city was constructed in a lagoon on a series of nearly 100 artificial islands made of volcanic basalt and was linked by a network of canals. The oldest parts of the city were built in the 8th or 9th century, and it was home to 25,000 people for nearly 700 years. Fun fact of the day. In 2013, the city of Vancouver in British Columbia banned doorknobs in new constructions. Fun fact of the day. Frank and Ethel Mars named their best-selling candy bar after their favorite horse, Snickers. Fun fact of the day. Howard Hughes's famous wooden airplane, the Spruce Goose, was almost entirely made of birchwood, not spruce. Fun fact of the day. In linguistics, a loanword is a word borrowed directly from another language, like kindergarten from the German for children's garden, or algebra from the Arabic for rejoining, or karaoke from the Japanese for empty orchestra. A calque is a direct translation of a phrase from a different language, like flea market, which comes from the French marché aux puces, or monkey business, which comes from Bengali badarami, or brainwash, which comes from Chinese shi nao. The word calque is a loanword from the French for copy, and loanword is a calque from German Lehnwort. And that is everything. Unless you've been keeping count, then you might have noticed that 4 days in February are unaccounted for. That's because we're trying something new and different on Tuesdays this year, a longer video where I get to sit down and share a legend, myth, or folktale from places and cultures all around the world. Those are a little too long to fit into this video, but if you're interested in some slower, longer stuff from Fun Fact of the Day, you can check out all of our In Legends videos from February and from January on our profile now. Otherwise, thanks for sticking around, and I'll be back tomorrow to start a whole new month of Fun Fact of the Day.